Hey guys, it's Jay. So this video is going to be a little bit different. Basically, I just kind of want to ramble about some of my future plans with VoxelVale now that it's kind of gaining some degree of players. So I kind of have a few key points written down that I want to discuss, but this video is kind of unscripted, so sorry if I'm stuttering or stumbling or tripping over my words. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about here, I wrote in an itch post a few days ago, and I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to read it. So for those of you who don't know, itch is kind of like a website where indie game developers just basically post their games. It's kind of a platform for like discussions and stuff like that about games. I made the decision to put VoxelVale on there because I kind of thought it would be a good avenue to get players who aren't necessarily interested in YouTube to find the game, and to get information about it and kind of give feedback on it. So initially I kind of put up a version that didn't have the ability to log in to your account, so there was no saving and loading worlds, but after using it for just under a week or so, I kind of realized that it's actually like a really great website to track analytics about your game. And I don't really care about this a lot, but it's nice to have. So I kind of standardized the version between voxelvale.net and itch.io. So now you can log in and register for an account on itch.io. So they're basically the same version of the game now. So yeah, that's kind of the first thing, and is that I made this itch.io page, so if you want to check it out, it'll be linked in the description. This shouldn't change anything about how I release updates on YouTube or how I run this YouTube channel, just kind of an additional thing here. So now I kind of want to talk about some of my future plans in terms of actual game content. So at this point, I'm kind of really focused on building just content and progression. So I kind of think visually the game is a little ugly. It doesn't look amazing. But you know, what's a really good looking game if it's kind of really boring to play? So I think adding more content is the avenue I want to take now. A few things that come to mind are I want to implement multiple world saves, so I think that'll be kind of important, especially as new updates come out. I want to finish my implementation for water, so it's actually basically done, but I'm just kind of figuring out how I actually want to add it into the world. Right now I kind of have like randomly generated puddles scattered around the world, but I kind of want to do something more complex. I want to add more enemies, so the zombies are, you know, pretty brain dead. They just kind of walk towards you and there's no pathfinding or anything, so giving those guys kind of pathfinding, adding maybe a ranged enemy would be cool, stuff like that. And I also have this idea for randomly generated dungeons. So these would be kind of like the Binding of Isaac style dungeons. So I actually have the code completely written to generate these. They're not populated by enemies, but they're kind of completely random. And I kind of scrapped it because it was a little inconsistent with how I kind of wanted the rest of the game to be played, but I kind of want to revisit this idea and kind of retool it because I think it would be a lot of fun. If anyone is interested in this, I can upload a video showcasing what I've implemented so far if people seem interested. So the last thing I kind of want to talk about is like what's the release schedule for this game. So there are definitely like a decent amount of players right now, but it's nowhere near enough that I can justify like allotting an actual decent amount of time to set up a schedule. This isn't my job. I have obligations outside of this. So it would be disingenuous to guarantee like consistent updates on any given day of the week. That said, I have like a personal goal of trying to release at least something small each week just to keep me kind of engaged. Yeah, but moving forward, if I do just release a really small update, I probably won't make a full-fledged video about it. Not this video, but the typical type of video that I upload takes a bit of time to make, so I think if it's kind of a small update, I'll post a written YouTube post and post on itch about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I think I wanted to talk about. Thanks again to my Patreon member David Farron. So I'm sorry for being a little inactive on Patreon, but there's kind of not a lot of traction there, so you know, I don't really see the point. Hopefully I can kind of try to reconfigure that to give some more incentive for people to join, but for now I think it's fine. Again, thanks so much everyone for watching. I really appreciate it all. Thanks so much everyone for playing and for registering for the game. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to work on this, and I hope you have fun playing it. Thanks so much, guys. I'm sorry this was so scatterbrained, but thanks again. Bye-bye.